Portugal, officially known as the Portuguese Republic, is a country located in the westernmost part of the European continent, surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean to the south and west. Portugal also has two archipelagos located in the north of the Atlantic Ocean. Since the rustiest times, the fertile Portuguese lands used by people have been actively used by people for about 3,000 centuries. These lands were home to Phoenicians, Greeks, Romans, Germans, and Andalusian Umayyads. This is the only common point where traces of many different civilizations can be found. King VI of Portugal, Castile and Leon, known as Portugal since the 5th century, but took its full name in the 15th century. He named it Alfonso, Portugal, which managed to establish a great political power in the world, especially in the 15th and 16th centuries, was the most powerful country in the economy and domestic politics of that period. Portugal, which also used its lands as a great cultural power, was almost one of the most powerful states in the world at that time. Portugal, which lost its power at the same time with the end of its empire in the 20th century, joined the European Union and became one of the important building blocks of Europe. With its important democratic structure, republic style since October 5, 1910, Portugal is one of the first countries in the world to include the republic in its administration. What does the Portuguese flag mean? Green and red, the Portuguese coat of arms at the intersection of the lines, HZ. It is the symbol of the 5 nail wounds that Jesus received while entering the cross. The blue shields in the middle of the coat of arms are Portugal's victories over the enemy armies. Where is Portugal? Portugal is the westernmost country of the continent of Europe, located in the Iberian Peninsula, in the southwest of Europe, surrounded by Spain to the north and east, the Atlantic Ocean to the south and west. It is built on a very strong and important geographical position. These lands, which have hosted many different cultures throughout history, also offer us very important information about past historical people. What is the population of Portugal? Portugal, which has a population of 10.33 million according to the official censuses made in 2021, is the country that hosts the most of its own citizens. 96% of people living in Portugal are Portuguese, while the remaining 4% are legal immigrants, Brazilians, Ukrainians, and Congolese, who want to protect their own population in the world. Portugal, one of the rare countries, has a very slow population growth and also sends and receives very little immigration. Capital of Portugal. Which one? The capital of Portugal is Lisbon, which is also the largest city in Portugal. Lisbon is one of the most developed industrial cities in the world. This city, which has many historical beauties and is not a disaster country, Portugal is home to a large proportion of its population. What is the religion of Portugal? The most dominant religion in Portugal is Christianity and predominantly Catholic. According to 2021 census data, 80% of Portugal's population is Catholic, but 20% does not regularly attend Mass. The currency of Portugal is the euro. As is the currency of Germany, Portugal, which has a very good economic situation, offers a high workforce to its citizens. The minimum wage in the country is about 776 euros. The official language of Portugal is also Portuguese. At the same time, the vast majority of the country speaks Spanish. Spanish language in some official documents of Portugal used. There are also those who use the Miranda language, which is also used by a very small group. You will find that the quality of life and conditions in Portugal are very favorable compared to many Western European countries. While life in Western Europe is often expensive, in Portugal you can live a modest and comfortable life on a salary. Many foreigners are moving to Portugal and want to retire there. Foreigners take into account Portugal's cost of living, as well as the country's mild climate and quality of life it offers. Portuguese earn less compared to other Western European countries, but this is not much of an issue as their living costs are relatively low compared to the rest of the continent. It is therefore much easier to live on a lower salary in Portugal. than in other Western European countries. Portuguese people can live their lives more comfortably with €850 per month. Let's also take a look at some interesting facts about Portugal. 1. Portugal is home to the world's largest mushroom forest. 2. You cannot serve more than 25 years in Portugal, including the most serious crimes. 3. It has a bridge called 516 Aruca, which is the second longest bridge in Europe. 4. Portugal is the country with the most beautiful McDonald's branch in the world. 5. Portugal becomes the 6th country in Europe to legalize same-sex marriage. 6. Portugal played an important role in the slave trade. 7. The University of Coimbra, one of the oldest universities in the world, is located in Portugal. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Stay with love.